Hello guys, Rob here. I'm just gonna be giving you guys today a codarus water deck profile. Um, Surprisingly, this deck is amazing. I've played it in I'd say 9 or 10 duels now. Only deck I've lost to was Lightsworn. That's also partially because this deck they swarm really fast. He beat me second turn, so he had the setup. But this deck's amazingly consistent. It wins quite often, and I'm actually considering making this a deck that I would take to a tournament at my locals. Still some fine tuning I'd need to do, but it's that good. So I'm gonna start with the monsters. Then it runs 3 Codaris. If you don't know what it does, it sends one face-up Yumi to send 2 cards your opponent controls to the graveyard. Doesn't destroy them, so it gets around a lot of cards like Stardust and things like that. And usually, when you activate a legendary ocean, they're not gonna try and get rid of this. So it's a really good card because your opponent doesn't know what it does at first, and they don't see it coming. So it's amazing. Then you run 3 War of Atlantis. You discard it to add 1 legendary ocean to your hand, which counts as Yumi while face up. You then run 2 Mother Grizzlies. I was running 3 before, but I took it down to 2 just so I could fit some other cards into the deck. It's really good, but really the only thing you want to get out with it is either like a Fishborg or a Treeborn or a Codaris. So it's not the best card in the deck. It's really good though. Then you run 3 Snowman Eater. Snowman Eater is the best card in the deck, I'd say. It's usually what I use to set up first turn, and it works amazingly with another card in the deck that I'll be showing in a second. You then have 3 Deep Sea Divas. This card's great. Just you use it to get out either another Spine Gilman or another Diva. Either one. Usually I want to make like 2 synchros in a row with her, so I'll get another Diva, sync up for a 6-star, then go into an 8-star. But she just causes great combos, +1 immediately when you summon it, so really good card. Then you're on 1 Spine Gilman. I am considering taking this card up. I might I'm not exactly sure yet. It's really good though in this deck. Makes a lot of the combos really live because it just that extra 400 attack can be extremely helpful. 1 Fishborg Blaster. I don't want to run any more than one because you have to have a level 3 lower face of water, which isn't hard. It's just that first of all, there's not really that many good cards to discard in this deck besides maybe this itself or Treeborn. And also, I don't really need to synchro with this that much, but it is a really extremely helpful card to have around, as well as 1 Treeborn, because as you all know, that lets you go into formula every turn if you like. But because I'm only running one of each, it's not as likely, so I only run 2 formulas, but it's really good. Then you run 2 of these guys. This guy is the MVP for the beat sticks of this deck, or just the straight up monsters you're going to be attacking with. His effect is if you control another face of a water monster, you negate the effects of a monster that this card battles with after damage calculation. So it has everything that Hades would negate, this card negates. So it stops Rykos, it stops Plagues from ever getting to activate, it stops Glow Up Bulbs from getting their effects, Dandelions. Just an amazing card, just stops every play that your opponent wants to make. It just says no to so many things. And it also has the added in effect of if it would be destroyed, you can destroy level 3 or lower face of water you control instead, which is amazing because usually if you have a snowman out and you summon this guy and your opponent goes bottomless, you just pop the snowman instead, and it's just really good. Really extremely good card in general, as well as the fact that like Treeborn Frog in this guy, you can immediately destroy the Treeborn instead. Just really good card. I'm only running 2 though because you get it pretty easily in the deck, so there's no need to run more in my opinion. Then I have 1 Mobius. Um, I put this in instead of a Caius, which I was running originally, but I find that Mobius is a lot better in this deck actually, because it works with Fishboard to go into sevens, like which is Gungir, because you can't go into a 7-star with Caius because he's not a water, and also this will also give me a +1, which this deck's all about. I get +1s in here like crazy. This is gonna make my matchups like a lot better for the decks that beat me a lot, which are gonna be really fast decks like Samurais and possibly Gravekeepers. Not really though, because I run a field spell as well, so that can be a so-so matchup. But yeah, one Mobius is extremely good in this deck. I really like one Mobius right now. Then you have one Sangan, gives you a search, lets you get whatever you need at the moment, and one Gores, because you should run Gores in every deck. Now for the spells, I'm running two more. I have Greed. I tried three, but it was too much. Two Salvage, gives you back your Codaruses and Divas, and gives you another +1. This deck's all about +1s. You run too many +1s in this deck. A Legendary Ocean, because it's the field spell. You need to be running it at 3, of course, of course. Two Book of Moons. I couldn't fit a third one in, and I really don't see the need for a third book in this deck. It just isn't necessary. One MST, because you have so much other destruction with the Codarus and the Mobius, and this deck doesn't really get hurt that much by things like skill drain, because you can just set up with smaller plays along the way. But if you want to get rid of it, you have the MST for that. And you also have one Trunade, just returns everything that we can push for game. One Reborn, and one Dark Hole, because they're the major staples. Now for the traps, I'm running one Torrential Tribute, one Mirror Force, both staple cards. Those are the only staples I'm running actually, because then I'm running three Forgotten Temple of the Deep, and its effect is once per turn you can select and remove from play one face at level 4 lower fish type, sea serpent type, or aqua type monster you control, and special it during your end phase. So this card is amazing if your opponent goes bottomless, if your opponent activates compulsory, or if they summon Dark Armed and activate his effect calling priority on your monster. You can just remove your monster from play, save it from being destroyed, and just get away with it during the end phase. So it works really well with Codarus as well, because it's treated as Yumi, so you can launch this off to destroy some stuff. Just adds a lot of consistency to the deck. Really, truly amazing card. And then you run two Spiritual Water Owls, because you get a lot of pluses in this deck with the Divas and that kind of thing, and Fishborg and Treeborn, and Owl is amazing. If you wanted, you could also fit a Mind Crush in, but I just didn't really find it necessary. Extra deck is pretty simple. Excuse me, it's Sea Dragon Lord Gishildodon, Justice Cataster, one Armory Arm, two Formula Synchrons, one Bryanak, one Goyo, one Black Rose, one Stardust, one Scrap Dragon, one Colossal Fighter, one Gungear, one Magical Android, one Trishula, which I know isn't legal yet, but it is in dual terminal and I have one, so I'm running it now. But if you want, you can easily take this out from Mistworm, which this deck can make easily, and one Chimeratech Fortress Dragon, because it's an out that you need. Alright, so that's the deck. Don't forget to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. Also, I'm going to be holding online tournaments soon. I'm going to have another video later today about that, so make sure to subscribe to me. That way, when that video comes out, if you guys want to enter online tournaments, the prizes for the tournaments are going to be some kind of like publicity on my channel or something like that. And then I'm going to start actually holding cash tourneys where the prize will be like upwards of $100 for first place in an online tournament. So if you guys want to get in on that action, go ahead and click the subscribe button, and I'm going to be posting a video going into more detail about that soon. Thanks for watching, guys. It's Rob signing out.